Are y'all ready to ramble? It's so good to be back. I love this place. This is a song about a completely different place and experience than we're having right now. It goes like this. I worked all week long so I could go down to the arena for the big country show. But when I stepped inside, I began to shed a tear when I saw a sign that read $15 beers. $15 beers, $15 beers. I'd love to hear some songs and maybe drown away my fears. But I am just a poor boy, my money disappears, and I just can't get drunk on $15 beers. Are you with me? I made it to my seat. It was the third row from the back. I couldn't see a thing but a blurry cowboy hat. And all the folks behind me, they were screaming in my ear. They were getting drunk on $15 beers. $15 beers, $15 beers. I'd love to hear some songs and maybe drown away my fears. But I am just a poor boy now, I can't see or hear, and I still can't get drunk on $15 beers. How we feeling, Redwood Ramble? When I was here last time, the song was called $13 beers. This inflation is brutal. I just celebrated 20 years of Chicago farmer music last year. I did a lot of cool things. One of my favorite memories was playing an outdoor concert series in Seymour, Indiana. It's the home of the Coug. Y'all know the Coug? Well, they had a beer truck there, and beers were only $5. But the guy running the beer truck, he really likes my music, and he especially likes this song. So during this song and this song only, beers were only $4. So I played the 38-minute version of $15 beers, ladies and gentlemen. That's the kind of person I am. Good to see ya. And I left after a song. I got out of there fast. I saw a guy on the corner in a tie-dye, so I asked, is there any place around here where they'll treat you right? He said some guy named Farmer's playing the Redwood Ramble tonight. They got $7 beers, they got $7 beers. He'll sing you some songs and he'll drown away your fears. North Mississippi All-Stars, those dudes are music to my ears. Oh, we'll listen and we'll drink up on $6 or $7 beers. We'll dance and we'll drink up on $6 or $7 beers. Oh, we'll sing along, we'll drink up, hey everybody, cheers. Hey, cheers, 'cause we're not drinking $15 beers. Hey, thanks for coming out tonight. It's good to be back here. Good morning. Mama, I'm hurting these days in the dirt, and I'm working her always on call. Have you heard from sister, the likes of her mister? She blistered from breaking her fall. Just like the river, she'll take what they give her. They've been delivering her hell. Mother Nature's daughter, they done sold and bought her. Ain't no more water in the well. They spend a lifetime breaking us down, watching the tears that go by. Hug you and hold you and tell you again how everything's gonna be fine. Pockets are filling, they're making a killing, it's spilling to the top of the dam. cup's runneth over, it ain't gonna hold her. They scold her in higher demand. Just like the river, she takes what they give her. They've been delivering her hell. Mother Nature's daughter, they done sold and bought her. Ain't no more water in the well. They spend a lifetime breaking us down, watching the tears that go by. Hug you and hold you and tell you again how everything's gonna be fine. You keep reaching higher, cling to a song, preach to the choir, they'll sing along. Mama, I'm hurting these days in the dirt, and I'm working her always on call. Thinking of sister, good God, oh I miss her. I'm blistered from breaking my fall. Just like the river, she took what they give her. They were delivering her hell. Mother Nature's daughter, they done sold and bought her. Ain't no more water in the well. They spent a lifetime breaking us down. Now that the river's gone dry, hug me and hold me and tell me again how everything's gonna be fine. Everything's gonna be fine. Everything's gonna be fine. Thank you very much. Good morning. I come to you from a town called Delavan, Illinois, population 1,700 people. I moved to a place called Chicago, Illinois, population 17 bajillion people. I was born and raised a Cubs fan. Thank you. There's 3 of us here. Beautiful. My favorite ball player when I was a kid was a guy named Ron Santo. He was my favorite baseball player because he might be the worst athlete to ever play Major League Baseball. And he had the coolest and greatest attitude about it the whole time. So this song was inspired by him, but we'll send it out today to the late great Willie Mays too. And this is kind of my theme song here. It goes like this. He could always be found in the backyard. The bases he'd round until it grew too dark. When his time came, he didn't hesitate. They put him in the game, and he stepped up to the plate. He was thinking curveball, but he got instead 95 miles an hour right into his head. He hobbled down to first with a lump on his face, and on the very next pitch, he up and stole second base. With the greatest speed, he wasn't born, but he had the dirtiest uniform. With the greatest speed, he wasn't born, but he had the dirtiest uniform. The board was out of touch, kids were out of reach. She never gave up on her passion to teach. And even though the school's on the wrong side of the tracks, she crossed over and she came and gave back. We knew she could have left, but she stuck around to get everyone else's feet back on the ground. Then we would thrive and we'd achieve, 'cause she's the first one to arrive and the last one to leave. From the wealthiest town, she wasn't born, but she had the dirtiest uniform. From the wealthiest town, she wasn't born, but she had the dirtiest dress uniform. Both of them folks, they were heroes to me. And I grew up with hopes of something to be. I'd watch him play, listen to her teach, and I set out on my way to practice what they preached. So I heard my calling, and I found my thing. And now I spend my day 3 at festivals, falling down trying to sing. But I get back up, just like they talk, and I keep on working with the tools that I've got. With the prettiest voice, I wasn't born, but I have the dirtiest uniform. With the prettiest voice, I wasn't born, but I have the dirtiest uniform. Names in the lights, get out of the van. Tonight playing with all y'all on the Redwood Ramble and friends and bands. I've been putting in the miles, living the dream. It's all worthwhile the times you took one for the team. With the catchiest sound, we weren't born, but we've got the dirtiest uniforms. Oh, the catchiest songs I don't perform, but I've got the dirtiest uniform. Thanks for listening to my songs, everybody. Happy Saturday. Some of you look like you've been here for a little bit. And by that I mean you look beautiful. It's good to be back on the road, just driving and driving and driving. I started driving when I was 11 years old on the family farm. My grandpa would give me his pickup truck and let me tear up the fields. And so by the time I got to driver's ed, I was already a professional. And we had this driver's ed instructor. His name was John T. Weiser. And in my little town of 1,700 people, if you wanted to get your driver's license, the way you would get it and pass the class is John T. Weiser would take you to the cemetery. And in the cemetery, there was a road that's about that wide. And what you would have to do is drive through that cemetery a half a mile in reverse. It's a true story. I said, Mr. Weiser, what kind of small town Mr. Miyagi life lesson is this? This is crazy. And he said, just do it. So I did it. And I passed with flying colors, ladies and gentlemen. And I immediately started heading east on this road called I-74. And I remember it was always under construction. Now I'm 45 years old, and every time I head east on I-74, it's still under construction. And I was on my way to Indianapolis one time, and I stopped in this town called Danville, Illinois. It came to a complete stop, and I sat there for an hour in one lane. And I had this old Mercury Grand Marquis, and I was near this town called Danville, so I started going like this on the floorboards. There's a standstill, oh, in Danville. I'm in a standstill, oh, in Danville. And when I finally started moving again, I had this song. Let go. Well, come on, boys, I can see the light through the shadow of my doubt. I'll make a run at the sun tonight and be home for its hour. Pour some fuel on the fire and I'll make good time. So meet me down at the Indiana line. Oh, meet me down at the Indiana line. Got a heavy thought, but my foot is soft, doing 30 through these towns. Yeah, I won't stop till I make the drop and I turn this thing around. Well, I'll obey the signals, I'll obey them signs. Just point me towards that Indiana line. Yeah, point me towards that Indiana line. It's a make or break to the interstate. No way I could get caught. With a stack of bills and a hose to fill, I'd do it in one shot. I'll be the king of the roadkill, two birds at one time. I'm a stone's throw from the Indiana line. I'm a stone's throw from the Indiana line. There's an overhaul in the left lane stall and a sheriff on my tail. I'll pray a pass so I hit that gas and move on down the trail. 'Cause I won't be forgiven, they don't take too kind. Now they're holding up that Indiana line. Well, they're holding up that Indiana line. There's a standstill, oh, in Danville. I'm falling way behind. There's a standstill, oh, in Danville. I'll be losing more than my mind. Come on, boys, they're flashing lights on the shadow of my doubt. I made a run at the sun tonight, now all my options out. Hope I make it back home to Illinois, the beating already fine. Yeah, this could be the Indiana line. Oh, this could be the Indiana line. Yeah, this must be the Indiana line. I know it's the folk singer portion of the program, so there's not a lot of grooving, but I noticed a lot of people doing this. I felt it. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you. Are there any Midwesterners here? All right, there's a handful. Most of them used to be from the Midwest. I've got lots of new songs since I was here the last time. The last time I was here, my friend's band of heathens were here too. And we ended up making a record together, and those last few songs are on that record. I'm about to ready to make a new one. When I wrote this song, I had no idea it was going to become the feel-good hit of the summer, ladies and gentlemen. I wrote it about a mattress on the side of the road. In 2019 or so, I started noticing every time I would go somewhere, I would see mattresses. Does that ever happen to y'all? And it just kept happening and happening and happening and happening. And I was like, maybe I should write a song about this. And I was like, no, I don't really need a song about a mattress in my repertoire. And then my guitar player was really late for practice one day, and I said, what took you so long? And he said, you wouldn't believe it, I-57 was backed up for miles. There were these mattresses all over the interstate. So I was like, I gotta write the mattress song now. So I did. It's about a mattress on the side of the road, and I have been told now by 478 people this is the greatest song about a mattress on the side of the road they've ever heard. And I'm looking for 479 tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Sometimes in this life you question why you're here and what your purpose is. But I mean, how many people here have ever seen a mattress on the side of the road? To your knowledge, how many people have ever written a song about it? That's why I'm here, ladies and gentlemen. Hey. There's a mattress by the side of the road. Somebody was holding on, somebody let go. To the mattress by the side of the road. Papa was a painter, he used to paint the town. Now he's sitting in a waiting room debating how the baby boomers laid him in the ground. Yeah, it's malpractice, it needs another code. It's malpractice by the side of the road. Somebody was holding on, somebody let go to the mattress by the side of the road. Mama was a singer, used to sing the sound. Now she's sitting on auditions for positions with conditions keep her spinning around and around like an actress in a misleading role. There's an actress by the side of the road. Somebody was holding on, somebody let go to the mattress by the side of the road. Yep. There's a mattress by the side of the road. Do I have 479? Somebody's holding on, somebody let go to the mattress by the side of the road. Will y'all help me welcome this song to the Redwood Ramble for the very first time? There's a mattress by the side of the road. Somebody was holding on, somebody let go to the mattress by the side of the road. I didn't even have to teach it to you. Oh my God. One more time. There's a mattress by the side of the road. Somebody was holding on, somebody let go to the mattress by the side of the road. I played this song in Chicago 2 weeks ago, and it took them a half hour to get as good as y'all did on the second try. Of course, they were drinking $17 beers. I used to have dreams, but now they're gone. I wish I had something to fall back on. Hey, there's a mattress by the side of the road. Everybody, there's a mattress by the side of the road. Somebody was holding on, somebody let go to the mattress by the side of the road. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. That was the best sing-along I ever had in California doing the mattress song, so thank you. For about 4 years straight, people were constantly blowing up my phone, sending me pictures of overpriced beers. And now I constantly get pictures of mattresses by the side of the road. Somebody in St. Louis was like, you should write a song about naked people. All right, here's a song about naked people. No, I'm just kidding. I haven't got to that one yet. He actually said it a little bit not quite as nice as the way I said it. But. Well, who came for the environmental protest songs? All right. That's way more than St. Louis. Just to be clear, we're not protesting the environment. We're protesting for it. I was asked one time to go to Kentucky and play a music festival. It was a music festival / protest, and they were protesting mountaintop coal removal. And being from the extreme flatlands of central Illinois, I wasn't too familiar with it. And I decided to look it up. And I was like, heck yes, I'm coming to take part in that. And they said, will you write protest songs from time to time? Will you do one for our festival? And I said, absolutely. I said, is it okay if I put my own little central Illinois Chicago farmer twist on it? And they said, by all means. I don't think they knew what they were in for, but here it goes, ladies and gentlemen. I got drunk, lost my fishing license. You should have seen all the lights and the sirens. Well, the limit was 6. I called 7. Now I don't know how I'll get into heaven. And who makes these rules? that we all follow? Who owns the waters that we all swallow? Who owns the land? Who owns the crops? Tell me who owns these mountain tops? Who in the hell could be forgiven? Who on earth could get into heaven? And I got a ticket for a busted headlight. It's 11 a.m., sunny and bright. Limit's 55, I was doing 57. Now I don't know how I'll get into heaven. And who makes these rules that we all follow? Who owns the waters that we all swallow? Who owns the land? Who owns the crops? Tell me who owns these mountain tops? Who in the hell could be forgiven? Who on earth could get into heaven? And I got a noise violation past curfew. I was screaming out questions like I often do. I turned my guitar up way past 11. Now I don't know how I'll get into heaven. And who makes these rules that we all follow? Who owns the waters that we all swallow? Who owns the land? Who owns the crops? Tell me who owns these mountain tops? Who in the hell could be forgiven? Who on earth could get into heaven? Are you still with me out there, Rambo? Believe it or not, I sobered up, got back my fishing license. Now security around me's been tightened. Seems poor criminals are kept on a leash, while it's the rich criminals who are really catch and release. And who makes these rules that we all follow? Who owns the waters that we all swallow? Who owns the land? Who owns the crops? Tell me what men own these mountain tops? Who in the hell could be forgiven? Who on earth could get into heaven? Who on earth? Thank you. This is the most beautiful time I've had in 7 years. Thanks, everybody. I had a lot of fire themes running through some of these new songs. I know you all have had your fair share of fires in this part of the country. And I started researching forest fires, and I realized and learned that the biggest forest fire in the history of our country happened in 1871 in Peshtigo, Wisconsin, not too far from Green Bay, Wisconsin. And most people don't know that, including myself, because it happened the same day as the Chicago fire. and it stole all the publicity from the Peshtigo, Wisconsin fire. I don't know if y'all are aware of this or not, but people from Green Bay, Wisconsin tend to not much care for people from Chicago, Illinois, and with some good reason. I just sold my very first t-shirt in 20 years in Green Bay, Wisconsin. It took me that long. They do not like anything that has to do with Chicago. And sold that one shirt. Thanks, Green Bay. It was a big moment in my career. But I thought it would be cliche if a guy named Chicago Farmer wrote a song about the Chicago fire, so this is Chicago Farmer writing a song about the Peshtigo, Wisconsin fire of 1871. And hopefully we continue singing songs about fires in the past tense. The devil's on the loose in Peshtigo, riding into town on the wind. Got him shaking in the boots and the halos, burning the candle at both ends. Cry all night when you see it, shake it to the rhythm of your call. Shake 'em on loose in a desperate time, shake 'em on loose in a desperate war. I'm on fire and I close my eyes, standing in the field in the pain. My baby's up on Peshtigo Hill, praying like hell for the rain. Praying like hell for the rain, oh, praying like hell for the rain. The woods set afire by the embers, a tree burns in the forest as a sound. So loud you can't hear the timber, warn you before it comes crashing down. Cry all night when you hear it, shake it to the rhythm of your call. Shake 'em on loose in a desperate time, shake 'em on loose in a desperate war. I'm on fire and I close my eyes, standing in the field in the pain. My baby's over at the Peshtigo mill, praying like hell for the rain. Praying like hell for the rain, oh, praying like hell for the rain. Oh, next to nothing. Oh, next to nothing. I saw a man walking down the railroad, hauling off the weight of the dead. Never give the devil time to reload, he'll take a soul and leave a hole up in your head. Cry all night when you feel it, shake it to the rhythm of your call. Shake 'em on loose in a desperate time, shake 'em on loose in Peshtigo. I'm on fire and I close my eyes, standing in the field in the pain. My baby's down at the Peshtigo well, praying like hell for the rain. Praying like hell for the rain, oh, praying like hell for the rain. Praying like hell for the rain, oh, praying like hell for the rain. Oh, next to nothing. Oh, next to nothing. Oh. Thank you. I tell you, I've been inspired all weekend, but those 4 women playing here yesterday, that might have been the most inspiration I've had in a minute. Ruthie, Carolyn, so beautiful. And I'll play you this new song here. After 20 years of playing music, my well has never gone dry in songwriting, and if it does, all I have to do is go to my hometown and just drive around. 'Cause that's all we did, is just drive around. And I was doing that not that long ago, and I started coming up with ideas, and I started thinking about all the cars that I owned in high school, and not one of them was song-worthy. That's for sure. Unless I was wanting to do some blues, you know, but I wasn't in the mood to do some blues. So I started thinking about all the other cars people owned, and all the girls had the cool cars in my high school. Like, I come from a place where we had tractor day. Did y'all ever have tractor day? On tractor day, if you want, you can drive your tractor to school. It was supposed to happen once, but it ended up happening every day after that. All the guys would drive their tractors to school. I'm country, but I'm not quite that country, you know? And, but when I did that one time, I remember parking our tractors next to all these girls that had really cool cars. And there was this one girl in particular, her name was Tina Hart. She had an '85 Mustang, and nobody could keep up with it, including me and my tractor. And, I felt it was very song-worthy, so I wrote a song about Tina Hart's Mustang. And sometimes as a songwriter, you know, they call Ramblin' Jack Elliott because he rambles on stage, not off. He does both, and I'm kind of the same way. And I don't know, I kind of was running with this song, and by the time it was done, I realized it had 10 verses and no choruses, which I know that's what all the kids want these days, is folk songs with 10 verses and no choruses. But I feel like I can get away with it here. I got a good feeling about it. I feel like I can get away with it. Here we go. The next Spotify sensational song with 10 verses and no choruses, Tina Hart's Mustang. Well, Tina Hart had a Mustang. It was the talk of this town. People come to watch it run when the sun went down. To raise a glass as it passed and hoist up the crown. Yeah, Tina Hart's Mustang was the fastest car around. The loud and proud bucking crowd was a revving and making noise. That's just the way they do, all them Tazewell County boys. They run their mouths north and south in front of the law. The back of Tina Hart's Mustang is all they ever saw. Well, as the name it led to fame, more and more people showed. It gave the rise to butterflies on Caterpillar Road. All the mares from here to there were along for the ride. Yeah, Tina Hart's Mustang was our small town pride. But when the flated bubble broke, well, the town fell on hard times. One morning we awoke, in her yard there was a sign. And don't you know how it goes? When it rains, it hails. And Tina Hart's Mustang was put up for sale. Well, Danny Fred never worked a day and was a rich kid in town. By no time he cut the line and he laid his money down. He could afford so much more, still he'd never win. With Tina Hart's Mustang, he'd never lose again. It wasn't long before the dawn, Danny's head began to swell. With his new wheels, he soon revealed all the whistles and the bells. He built the hype with the racing stripe and flames along the side, till Tina Hart's old Mustang was barely recognized. That's 6, everybody. place where the drivers took their marks. A Chevrolet sped away and the Mustang just spit sparks. When the dust from the Chevy's gust settled, we could find that Danny Frey's Mustang was 12 car lengths behind. Well, he got out and began to shout, then he kicked that old horse. Some would say he had him a case of buyer's remorse. Yeah, Danny cried up to the sky and cursed it all to hell. When this was Tina Hart's Mustang, it always ran so well. Yeah. In about a week or two, when Danny's crying stopped, he brought that old Mustang in and he dumped it at the shop. This ain't nothing but a hunk of junk, man, it ain't no good. I took Tina Hart's old Mustang and I looked under the hood. Well, sometimes it's a cart and sometimes it's a horse. Sometimes it's the starter, some unstoppable force. What I knew to be true when we took it apart, it wasn't Tina Hart's Mustang, it was all Tina Hart. Yeah, what we knew to be true when we took it apart, it wasn't Tina Hart's Mustang, it was all Tina Hart. Thank you, we did it. Hey, just like 7 years ago, my beautiful wife was with me on the road at the Ramble. I feel like if we can do this every 7 years, we're gonna make it. What a thrill to be here. Want to hear a song about her? All my troubles, all my blues, they take a back seat when I'm with you. All my friends and my guitars too, they take a back seat when I'm with you. 'Cause you and me, baby, we drive around. You fix me up when I break down. And you're all that I need, babe, and you're all that I want. That's why I gotta have you here up front. All these troubles and all my blues, they take a back seat when I'm with you. All my friends and my guitars too, they take a back seat when I'm with you. When I'm with you, I get a little lost. Points of interest come across when I'm with you. Well, the night's on fire, eyes are wide when the road tires. On Sunday, we celebrated 17 years of marriage. Thank you. Well, that's when it was, but we're celebrating it now. And after 17 years of marriage and almost 22 years of traveling around the country together, we thought that we had seen it all. But a while ago, we found ourselves in a place called Pittsburgh. It's a lovely community. Problem was, we pulled into Pittsburgh at 5 o'clock on a Friday. Not a good time to pull into any major city. And there was this long line of cars not going anywhere, and we needed to get into that long line of cars not going anywhere. And I looked at my wife and I said, babe, we're in trouble. And what happened next, Ramble, was possibly the most kind and loving and generous thing that we had ever witnessed in all our days of traveling. I made eye contact with a guy in a car in that long line of cars that we needed to get into, and he went like this to us. I looked at my wife and I was like, what in the hell is that guy doing? She says, I have no idea. Me, I'm from a small town. We had tractors. We didn't even have traffic. My wife's from Chicago. I can tell you right now, Redwood Ramble, in the history of Chicago traffic, there has never been one instance where a human being has ever gone like this. Luckily, I had my window down, and there was this dude on the corner, and the dude on the corner was like, hey, man, he's telling you that you can go ahead. You can put your car right in front of his car. I said, are you serious? And he said, yeah. And I said, well, what will happen? He said, nothing. He said, nothing but pure joy and happiness, man. And I looked at my wife, and I said, do you believe this? She said, hell if I know, but let's go for it. So we did. We put our car right in front of that guy's car, and sure enough, y'all, nothing happened. Nothing but pure joy and happiness, man. And I looked at my wife and I said, how amazing was that? We got to start taking this with us from now on wherever we go. And I feel like we could use a little bit of that love in our country and world right now, don't you think, ladies and gentlemen? A week later, we were in Chicago on the Kennedy Expressway, in a long line of cars not going anywhere, and I made eye contact with this woman who wanted to get into our long line of cars not going anywhere. And I looked at my wife and I said, I'm gonna do it. She said, you're such a good person. That's why I married you 17 some years ago. I said, I know. So we gave that woman the wave in, and she came and she put her car right in front of our car. And nothing happened to her either, Redwood Ramble. Nothing but pure joy and happiness, man. And I looked at my wife and I said, we are making a difference. We are having an impact. We are changing the world. And then some guy behind us in a fancy sports car yelled out his window, what in the hell are you country hippies doing up there? Let's go. So apparently, it doesn't always work. But we have to keep trying. That's all we can do is try. Thanks for trying me on tonight. When I'm with you, I get a little lost. Points of interest come across when I'm with you. Well, the night's on fire, eyes are wide when the road tires. You're so good to me, I'll be good to you. Be up front with me, babe, I'll be up front with you. And then I'll make this promise to you. If you're ever in my backseat, I'll be there too. All my troubles, yeah, all my blues, oh, they take a backseat when I'm with you. And all my friends and my guitars too, they take a backseat when I'm with you. When I'm with you. When I'm with you. Happy anniversary. My wife is over there. We have some Chicago Farmer t-shirts and some hats. The most that we could put in our suitcases. And my wife makes guitar string jewelry. It's the coolest thing you've ever seen. We used to just do this quite a bit, and it was me, and she would stay at home, and she's an online teacher, and when she's not online teaching, she takes these guitar strings, and instead of these guitar strings going to a landfill, she takes them and turns them into beautiful pieces of art, so check them out when you can. We're a little traveling folk and craft show. I know way better at Redwood Ramble than to play 2 slow songs in a row. I wrote this one after I worked at Caterpillar Incorporated for 4 days. Never got a paycheck, but I got this song. I'm headed to the job. I got a hangover headache from singing all night long. I'm pleading, please get me through. Ooh, you spend another morning with the Assembly Line Blues. My 15-minute break, it goes by in a wink. 15 minutes of work lasts for days, I do think. Another day, another dollar of paying my dues. You spend another night with the Assembly Line Blues. Yep. You do one thing wrong and they take away your rights. Assemble in the morning, reassembling at night. They say, by the way, you're gonna work Sunday too. Ooh, you spend another week with the Assembly Line Blues. My 15-minute break, oops, forgot that one. I'm sighing and dying and panting for a rest. That boss man is smiling with his feet on his desk. I wish for one day he could walk in my boots. He wouldn't last an hour with the Assembly Line Blues. Yep. Striking 7 and I don't have a care. I got my hand on my time card, my finger in the air. Tonight I'll be singing in the redwoods for you. Ooh, forget about my life with the Assembly Line Blues. The Assembly Line Blues. The Assembly Line Blues. Thank you. That's some Assembly Line Blues. Thank you, dancers. Appreciate you. Let's see here. Y'all ready for Ruthie Foster today? And Carolyn and Railroad Earth. And my new buds and my new favorite band, the Broken Compass Bluegrass Band, is playing. And they're playing in the amphitheater later, and then I'm going to be joining them at the campfire late tonight. And I'm going to tell those folks, see if they can try to keep up with me over there. Great band. I loved them. Well, as you can tell by the program so far, I do a lot of driving, and being in an airplane is my very least favorite thing to do ever. But if it gets you to a place like this, it's not so bad. Really not so bad. I've always been afraid of flying. And I remember one night I was opening up for a guy named Robert Earl Keen in Indianapolis, Indiana. He's one of my heroes. And I don't like to toot my own horn, but I crushed it, ladies and gentlemen. I crushed that show. Robert Earl Keen's career really took off after that night I opened up for him. And I remember feeling so good about the show and myself and my career, and I was like, I'm doing it. I am doing it. And I got 10 minutes from home, and I hit a deer. And as soon as I hit that deer, I was like, maybe flying really isn't that bad after all. And it happened on Father's Day, and that was always a tough day for me. But when my old man was around, he was very optimistic, and he was always looking at the bright side of things. So as I sat there on the side of I-74 again with my guitar and my notebook and my banged-up car and the deer and I wrote this song together in honor of my dad's spirit. My dad used to own a head shop in Pekin, Illinois. It was called the Freak Boutique. And specialized in paraphernalia and water beds. In the Midwest in the late 70s, paraphernalia and water beds were the thing, man. That was the thing. But believe it or not, it didn't last very long. So we started selling cowboy boots. And that didn't last long either. And he started traveling around the country selling advertising in these things that kids might not know called the Yellow Pages. But anyways, I play this song in his honor because he always does keep me on the bright side of things. And because I'm not a fake country hippie, I'm a real one, ladies and gentlemen. It's in my blood. I mean, come on. Cowboy boots and water beds and paraphernalia, come on. Let's go. Hey! A country boy from Illinois, I got a fear of flying. It ain't so much the flights or even the heights. It's more the flights, the heights, and the dying. But I gotta get me and my fiddle to the show. This work I'm doing keeps me moving. I got a long way to travel. It sounds insane to board a plane when all you know is hard road gravel. Then I recall what my daddy told me long ago. He said, you can stick around with your feet on the ground, but there ain't nothing wrong with getting high. 'Cause you can't drink a beer while you're driving down here. You can't hit a deer in the sky. Yeah, you can stick around with your feet on the ground, but there ain't nothing wrong with getting high. 'Cause you can't drink a beer while you're driving down here. You can't hit a deer in the sky. True story. Feet on the ground, but there ain't nothing wrong with getting high. 'Cause you can't drink a beer while you're driving down here. You can't hit a deer in the sky. How many people have ever seen a deer on the side of the road? I'm just trying to bring it all back there, sorry. How many people have ever written a song? No. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, this is kind of an older song, and it's kind of jealous of the mattress song these days. It's kind of jealous of the new fancy mattress song. Would y'all give me and indulge me on this one right here? Who doesn't want to rhyme beer and deer and sky and getting high, right? I can tell right now, just by looking at some of y'all, you're really looking forward to it. With feeling. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can stick around with your feet on the ground, but there ain't nothing wrong with getting high. 'Cause you can't drink a beer while you're driving down. All right, it's time to totally redeem yourselves, people. With feeling. 1, 2, 4. You can stick around with your feet on the ground, but there ain't nothing wrong with getting high. Beautiful, 'cause you can't drink a beer while you're driving down here. You can hear a deer in the sky. Yeah, a country boy from Illinois. I used to have a fear of flying. When I woke up this morning, things were looking bad. Seemed like total silence was the only friend I had. A bowl of oatmeal tried to stare me down and won. It was 12 o'clock before I realized I was having no fun. Oh, but fortunately, I have the key to escape reality. And you may see me tonight with an illegal smile. It don't cost very much, but it lasts a long while. Won't you please tell the man I didn't kill anyone? No, I'm just trying to have me some fun. It's time I checked my bankroll. It was getting thin. Seems like the bottom is the only place I've been. I chased a rainbow down a one-way street, dead end. And all my friends turned out to be insurance salesmen. Oh, but fortunately, I have the key to escape reality. And you may see me tonight with an illegal smile. It don't cost very much, but it lasts a long while. Won't you please tell the man I didn't kill anyone? No, I'm just trying to have me some fun. I sat there in my closet with the overalls, just trying to find a way, escape the years inside my walls. I heard the police, heard everything I wrote. What then? Well, I went to court and the judge's name was Hoffman. Oh, but fortunately, we have the key to escape reality. And you may see me tonight with an illegal smile. It don't cost very much, but it'll last a long while. Won't you please tell the man I didn't kill anyone? No, I'm just trying to have me some fun. A well done hot dog bun. Prime songs on a Saturday at the Redwood Ramble in Navarro County sure is fun. Thank you so much. What a great song. I got time for like 17 more short ones. Or 3 regularly linked Chicago Fireman songs. If you saw me at the amphitheater on Thursday, I told you that I started writing songs in high school study hall. That's true. It was a small town. By the time I was a senior, I had 6 study halls, lunch, and gym. That was my whole day. It's a true story. By the time I got to that senior year, there was just nothing else to do, so I'd just drive my tractor to school and go to study halls. And one year, I started writing in study hall because I wasn't doing anything else, so I just started writing and making up poetry. And then I did this thing called baling hay and detasseling corn, which, if you don't know what that is, continue your life not knowing. But I took the money from baling hay and detasseling corn to buy a guitar, and I started putting that poetry in motion. And this music has gotten me to do some really cool things and meet some amazing people, and it's got me through some really hard times. And thanks for listening to it today. And I write these songs because I try to get to know you guys, not for you to know me. And thank you. Appreciate you. I arrived here kicking and screaming the day that I took the stage. I went searching for some kind of meaning, like words looking for a page. Came up empty and full of worry that nothing could cover the pain. And these songs and stories began unfolding like an umbrella in the rain. I wanna write you a sad, sad song that I hope will make you smile. And then we could pass it along. We're only here for a little while. Strike up a chord, strike up the band, and we'll play out the lessons learned. Strike up a match, then it's 3 strikes, you're out, and depression can take its turn. We've been trying to find our way through the darkness of our minds. We all get our names in the paper someday. I pray not before our time. I wanna sing you a sad, sad song that I wrote to make you smile. And if we could pass it along, we're only here for a little while. That little ooh part doesn't really make sense, I know. I like doing it. What happened was I was in the studio, and I had kind of written some of those funnier songs with a little bit of humor, and then I recorded this song, just live by myself. And when this song was over, I was kind of like, whew, that's different, and a little depressing, to be honest. But then I kind of liked the playback when I went, whew, I don't know why. So I was like, let's leave that in there. So I left it in there. And then I released the album. And I played the club in my local town. And when it got to that part, the whole crowd went, woo! And that's just live music right there, everybody. And it's gonna come around again if you wanna do it. It might make you feel a little bit better. And it's not even words. It's not about a mattress or a deer. You don't even have to rhyme. You just gotta go, woo. I promise you, you'll feel slightly better. When I was young, all I did was take. I've been trying harder to give. For so long I was living to die. Now I'm dying just to live. Now we'll leave here kicking and screaming the day that I take my rest. But I got a whole lot more in me till the end of my set list. Still time to sing us a sad, sad song full of hope to make us smile. And if we could pass it along, we're only here for a little while. The best I ever heard. Thank you. Thank you. If you're in the front row and you're dressed like a princess, you get free stickers. All right. Isn't that every night? Isn't that the rule every night? Hey, when I got here, Steve told me how crazy it was that the people that were toddlers here when this started are now all fully grown. And, I'm really happy to have some family here too, from Mount Shasta and San Francisco, and a cousin here who is 3 times as tall as I saw him last time. This kind of goes into this song right here. My grandfather just passed away, just shy of 102. What an amazing life. And I started thinking about the journey of grandparents as I started to lose them. My grandma's still alive, she's 96. This song's kind of about the generations and passing things down. And I feel like the Redwood Ramble is going to be in good hands for many years with all the youngsters that I've met this weekend. And the talent show, come on. They should be on the main stage. Well, Anna plays a great river road on an old guitar that was handed down. The chords she strums, the words she knows as the room fills up with the sound. And the rhythm of the verses start to flow. They're stronger with the echoes joining in. On the chorus of the great river road, she's surrounded by her next of kin. And the young people grow up so fast, and the old people move so slow, and forever never ever really lasts. She's waiting on the green light to go. You know, Harold takes his morning coffee black. He took Anna as his partner in crime. They get away on the great river road, only caught by the hands of time. He still tinkers with their song as it grows. A man and woman's work is never really done. They built a bridge on the great river road that connects the two sides to one. And the young people grow up so fast, and the old people move so slow, and forever never ever really lasts. He's waiting on the green light to go. It ebbs and it flows. It ebbs and it flows away. Now the echoes reminisce on yesterday and what held them all together through the years. We've reached the end of the great river road, and his guitar is drowning in tears. 'Cause the young people grew up so fast, and now the old people, we move so slow, and forever never ever really lasts. We're all waiting on the green light to go. Yeah, the young people grew up so fast, and now the old people, we move so slow, and forever never ever really lasts. We're all waiting on the green light to go. Thanks for listening to my songs today. Have a great night. I'll see you up here during the bands and over there for the campfire. Thanks, Redwood Ramble crew.
Chicago Farmer! Yeah! Beautiful, beautiful set. Wow. What would I call that? Prinean music. The Prinean vibe to it. That's really great. Well, folks, we got...